Okay, so if I have that, I'm dividing now. Now I have subtraction. Okay, so you want to associate multiplication and division, multiplication and addition together, and division and subtraction together. So let's say I have the log of base 8 of 24 over, let's do 24 over 5 so it doesn't come uneven. That's the same as saying the log of base b of 24 minus the log of base b of 5. Okay? Yes, no, maybe? All right. Then they're going to turn around and do the same thing they were just doing. So let's say at the front end of the problem, they give us these things. So I've got that. Okay, well, I've only got the 5 up there. So now I go, okay, can I use multiplication? Can I use division? What am I going to use? Well, let's go ahead and write it as our subtraction problem. So the log of base 4 of 5, which I have a value for, minus the log of base 4 of 16. What am I going to do with 16? I know this part. This is 1.1610 minus. What am I going to do?
4 and 4, 16.
Okay, I'm going to write my
2.
16. I'm going to write my 16 as 4 squared. So what is my answer to that going to be? 2. Okay, so then I'm going to subtract. And I'm going to get, let's see, 1.1610 minus 2. I'm going to get a negative 0.839. Okay? Does that make sense? All right. Then they just want you to really think. So here's this next one. Still based on that. What do you think? That doesn't look like that has to do with either one of those. And it certainly doesn't have to do with our shortcuts. So how in the world can we do this? What if I turned around and rewrote this as that? Doesn't 15 divided by 5 equal 3? Now I can use these, because now I can write it as the log of base 4 of 15 minus the log of base 4 of 5. I can substitute 1.9534 minus 1.1610. Okay, take my calculator, unless you particularly want to do that in your head. And I'm going to get 0.7924. All right? All right. I'm going to give you a couple to try. Okay, now you can, to solve these, you might use multiplication or you might use division. Okay, because you know how to do both. Okay, this is the information that they're gonna give you at the front end. And these are the two problems that they want you to solve, given that information. All right, see what you can do. Top one's tough. Okay, if you need to skip it and go on to the bottom, and then we'll talk about the top one. Did you get that? Okay, let's go back and do that top one together. All right, looking at that top one, I know I've got a problem from the start. Because there is absolutely no way in the sun I've got a 5. I do, however, have a 20. So is there any way to make the 5 into a 20?
Multiply by 4.
Multiply by 4, which I can do if I do the top and the bottom here. Because it's like multiplying it by 1. So I'm going to take that and I'm going to change it into the log of base 16 of 20 over, I think that gives me, what, 256 on the bottom? Yeah. And you go, well, that doesn't really help. Well, yeah, it actually does. Because 256 is 16 squared. Okay? So then I have, and I didn't leave myself enough room, but I have the log of base 16 of 20 minus the log of base 16 of 16 squared. Okay? So this right here is the 1.0805. What does that one equal to? 2. Which is going to give me an answer of negative 0.9195. You gotta really think. Okay, it's a puzzle that you have to put together. All right, we're not gonna quite finish the last section, okay, because that goes on to even more complicated stuff, okay? So what we're gonna do is we're gonna stop there, and you're gonna have about 30 minutes to work on your homework, okay? Maybe a little bit less. There's a strong possibility that you're gonna have a quiz on this stuff, because you gotta know this stuff to go forward. But if you totally bomb the homework and you don't seem to understand it, obviously we won't go forward and take a quiz. But, all right, so we're doing 2 sections here, or I guess I should say a section and a half. So page 609, I want you to do 22 through 46 even. And it is a lot of new material here, so. And then on page 615, I want you to do 17 through, oh, wait a minute. Yeah, 17 through 25. I hope that we've covered everything to do that one section. I might need to show you one. I need to show you one more thing, okay? Just in case. All right, it's similar to this, okay? Let's say I have a log of base b of m to the n power. What I do is I put the n to the front, like that. Okay, so the power comes to the front of the log. All right, so if I have the log of 16, 3 to the second power, okay, like that one, I would go 2 times the log of base 16 of 3. So I know what the base 16 of 3 is. So it would be 2 times 0.3962. I don't know what that gives you, but that's what you would do on your calculator, okay? So if you got an exponent like that on a log that doesn't match up, bring it to the front, okay?